I'm Rachel Nichols here with Richard Jefferson, Matt Barnes. LeBron had an interesting answer at his media availability today when asked about being embraced by the Laker faithful. Take a listen.
What I've learned being a Laker is that the Laker faithful don't give a damn what you've done before. Until you become a Laker, you got to do it with them as well. So they don't care about your resume at all until you become a Laker, and then you got to do it as a Laker, and then they'll respect you. I've learned that.
Matt, you came to the Lakers, and people had a lot of questions about you, that fan base did. Yeah. Is he right?
Oh, absolutely. The Lakers have one of the realest, rawest, in-your-face fan bases. And if you remember, when he first came here 2 years ago, there was a lot of people loved the move, but a lot of people weren't happy and said he had to really earn his stripe because everyone wanted to put him on that Laker Mount Rushmore already. So he's in the process of earning everyone's love and respect. He'll win his first ring this year, and he has a chance to win another ring next year. But when it's all said and done, he'll be an all-time Laker great. He'll be an all-time Laker favorite. And him and AD will be able to hang their jerseys up there one day.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think one thing that he learned also is that just because there's Kobe fans and then there's Laker fans. So you think that they're one and the same, but there is like Matt knows, there is a difference. And there were Kobe fans that when Bron joined the Lakers were never going to accept that. They were never going to accept that their favorite player and Bron were going to wear the same jerseys and he had a chance to win more titles underneath that Laker jersey. So I think he understood that. I think that was the hardest part of his first year is that they weren't going to trust the process the way they had trusted the same process in Cleveland and in Miami, and he had to earn it, like you said, Matt.
I have friends that are diehard Laker fans from here, and they still hate on LeBron for some reason. I'm like, he's about to win you guys a championship, and they still, like Richard said, he couldn't have said it any perfect. There's Laker fans, and then there's Kobe fans, and some, obviously, they're going to be very happy to get this ring, but, you know, the dislike for LeBron may never hate, but I love what he's doing. Like I said, he's going to earn everyone's love and respect with this ring and a possible shot at another one next year.
If he wins, obviously, still a few games to go. And Matt, I will say that the whole lesson about Kobe fans and Laker fans, there were Kobe fans who didn't like you when you got to the Lakers because of the whole flinch thing.
Rachel,
Kobe is the one who endorsed it.
Hey, I got death threats coming. You better not come back to L.A. We better not see you in L.A. this summer. And then, like I said, Kobe called me in the summertime and had me come be a Laker. So, like I said, these Laker fans and Kobe fans are real out here. You got to be careful.
I just thought it was amazing that Kobe Bryant was standing there saying, I want Matt Barnes on my team, and fans of his were like, well, because of Kobe, we can't ever have Matt Barnes on our team.
Right.
There you go. All right, back to the Heat, though. Eric Spoelstra said today Goran Dragic remains doubtful for Game 5 with that plantar fasciitis. It has been hard watching Goran try to play, try to warm up. Obviously, just the foot is not going to let him. Now, they both have off days, both teams. Who do you think benefits more, Matt, from the extra 24 hours?
I think LeBron benefits more. Himself, because he's the one with the most mileage here. You know, he's year 17 at the age he's at, the level he's been playing at, and no one has more of an impact on whether their team wins or loses than LeBron. So obviously it helps Bam, and I still don't see Goran playing because that plantar fascia is nothing you could really play with, but it's going to help Bam's neck. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron with the most mileage and the oldest player out here, and he benefits the absolute most.
Now, I kind of agree with you, but I'm still, I understand Bron as an individual, but I think the Miami Heat benefit the most. I think, you know, Jimmy Butler is having to play, like, there's a usage rate that I don't know that he's done before. Tyler Hero, he is doing things at a level that, you know, he definitely needs some time, but then also you get a couple of days to allow for Bam Adebayo's, you know, shoulder to heal. Then, you know, guys can get some more film.
Rich,
they can check things out.
You want Miami to win tonight. We get it, Rich.
No, I'm going to be really honest. Can I say this? I'm ready to go home, Matthew. I'm ready to go home. So, you know, I want it to be a great series, but hey.
You know who gets to decide? The guys on the court. This just in at the buzzer. Clippers president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, has won Executive of the Year. He beat out Sam Presti, Pat Riley, who were the other two finalists. Rob Pelinka of the Lakers, 7th. Richard, I want to note, this was not voted on by, quote, the media, who everybody loves to bash. You know who voted for this? Other executives.
Yeah, well, okay, let's break this down right now. Last year, their team went to the playoffs. They went to the first round. This year, they did not. They lost in the second round. And then combine that, and look, Lawrence Frank, he was my coach. Not one of those free agents went to Los Angeles because of Lawrence Frank. They all went there because of Doc Rivers. They wanted to go play for Doc Rivers.
Congrats
he
to
was
Lawrence
the recruiting
Frank.
guy.
Congrats to Lawrence Frank, but I know he'd much rather have a championship ring than this award right here.
You're going to disagree with me, Matt? You're
No,
not saying
not
that
at all.
all of those
Not
free
at all.
agents?
No, they
all of
definitely
those free agents wanted to play with Doc.
Absolutely. They definitely didn't go there for Lawrence, but it's a tip of the hat. He'd much rather have a championship ring, and I guarantee, than this award, because they definitely underachieved this season.
Here's what I will say. First of all, I am a Lawrence Frank fan. I think he's done a really good job in that front office, and I think that the maneuvers that they made as a front office as a whole, and Mike Winger earns a shout out for this, the trading of Tobias Harris to get them the draft picks that ended up allowing them to lure Kawhi Leonard there because they were able to pull off the trade for Paul George. That is some, that
Lawrence
is a shell
Frank's,
game. That is some
maneuvered
math.
it perfectly.
That being said, looking at this list, remember, it's the other executives who vote. Do you think there's some petty here?
I think there's some petty here, but look, Lawrence Frank, I'm not trying to discredit him. I'm just saying when you look at everything in its totality, that I don't know, it was probably a little bit more Doc Rivers still bringing in players than Lawrence Frank.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
If this situation doesn't work out, this will be his last GM award.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.